What's going on, everybody? This is Ethan with Zero Talent Productions, and we've got a little bit of a different video for you today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of Magic the Gathering. We have the new set, which just came out, Phyrexia All Will Be One. I thought, I'm a big Magic fan. I like to play a lot of drafts for Magic the Gathering, trying to get a little bit back into it, and, might be worth recording my first draft of the new set. So let's just see how it goes. Now, I do have some knowledge of the set. I have looked into what most of the archetypes kind of do. I've looked at some of the cards that are available. And we'll just see what kind of opening we get. All right, let's see what we're going to start with. Our rare is Graz, Unstoppable Juggernaut. Now, this draft is timed. I only have so long to make a pick, so I can't go through in depth on every card. But for the rare, Juggernauts, control attackers come out if able. Juggernauts you control can't be blocked by walls. Honestly, this guy's a little big. I think there are other better things going on in the format. For example, I'm looking at Drown and Icor, the black removal spell. That looks pretty strong. Yeah, I don't have an impression yet on which colors are necessarily the strongest. I know, like this 3/1 Toxic 2. Toxic 2 seems really strong. But I think the safe pick is just going to be the removal spell. It's one color, easily splashable. We've also got Planar Disruption, another white removal spell, but I think this one's just a little bit stronger. And let's see what the next one gives. Okay, so we've got... This card looks really strong. Toxic 1 for 1 mana. I mean, he's going to be able to get in there pretty easily. But whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. It's a little bit difficult to set up. Okay, we've got strong uncommon here. Dual color, black-green. This guy's really strong. Definitely a contender. We have, Flying Toxic 1/1/1 Flyer. That's strong. Some of these green cards are also strong. But we have another copy of Drown and Icor that I'm looking at here. I figure it's probably just the safest pick, to be honest, while we just feel out what the draft is going to give us. I mean, pretty much guaranteed to be in black at this point. So I'm interested to see what our second color might end up being. So, target creature, -1/-1, proliferate. Nice little combat trick. 2/4 menace, toxic 2. Toxic 2, that is pretty good. To be on somebody with menace, but I don't know. Let's see if we can find something better. 3/2 haste. Enters the battlefield, put 2 oil counters on target artifact or creature you control. Oil counters are pretty strong. Setter's hand, yeah. That's not bad. A lot of good, decent options here, but nothing, standing out as amazing. I mean, even Terramorphic Expanse, I think it's a little early in this kind of draft to be picking up Fixing. Unless we wanted to try to splash the 2 removal spells we have. I think I'm just going to go for the Ruthless Predation. That's a removal spell in green, and I don't know, to me, green looks pretty decent in this format, so I'm not going to be too upset. If we have to get off of black, we've still got some decent removal. Ooh, Toxic 1, when it dies, proliferate. That's great. I love a good 2-drop. 5 mana, create 2/1/1 colorless mirror tokens with Toxic 1. That's pretty strong, even if they can't block. Yeah. Anointer. Enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target. Ooh, permanents you control with oil counters on them. I don't have anything with oil counters yet, but we could get there. That said, oh, that's so tough. I'm gonna pick this Basilica Shepherd. I think it looks pretty strong, and it's kind of a hedge at this point. A hedge toward white while we see what might be open. No, I don't like this equipment very much. I mean, a tapper's good. Especially if we can get poison counters on there. Then we have a really strong tapper. Land is good. Haste Toxic 4. Or Toxic 3, rather. 4/4. Not bad. You know what? I'm not sure. Let's just go here. I feel like we can do a little bit better. It's honestly really hard to make these picks on a timer while you're trying to talk through what you're looking at. Black has dried up a little bit, if I'm being perfectly honest. Black Corrupted. Attacks. If opponent has 3 more poison counters, creatures you control get +1/+1. Yeah, that's decent. Flying Vigilance. Nothing that's amazing here. Yeah, I'm not crazy about anything in this pack. Let's just take the black card. It didn't look like an especially strong black card, but, you know, that's what we're going to pick up. Timmy has a mobile. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's an interesting card, even if it is oil counter focused. Yeah, blue seems to have some options. Okay, this Incisor Glider. I was kind of looking at that in the last pack. Let's maybe pick that up. Unless, wait, what does this one do? It's a battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. Remove oil counters if you do untap it. I think that the Glider might be a little stronger. So right now we're looking at black and white, possibly going into green. 1/3 reach with sacrifice to proliferate. Nothing here looks too amazing. I'll take the 2 mana green card for now. I think we're almost assuredly going to be it. Wow, a lot of red cards here still. But nothing too exciting that I see. Expand the sphere. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put 2 lands onto the battlefield tapped. 4 mana. You know, Titanic Growth has always been a classic, so maybe we're gonna be some form of green. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of green here. Which of these is better? This one doesn't really have a whole lot going on. Like proliferate is fine, but to have to sacrifice in order to do it, not ideal. Okay. I think our next pickup is this Whisper. Don't need a second Titanic Growth. Vigilant. Yeah, that's just not very good. Let's take the land here. Okay. This is basically a 2/2 or a 6/6 trample. Oh, well. I forgot to actually select one. Oh, well. Let's see what comes next. The rare does not look exciting. Yeah, that looks like nonsense. I don't think it's worth kind of going into. Creatures you control. So this is an overrun effect. Overrun effects are very powerful and limited, but I don't know if we're there. I really still would like to lean a little bit more toward black. Draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Opponent gets a poison counter. That's pretty strong. Flying Toxic 1. I feel like the Pestilent Siphoner is going to be one of the primary cards for black as far as an early play. You're going to sacrifice a creature and gets a poison counter. Okay. So more poison counters. Whenever another artifact just the battlefield, it gets +1/+1. Pretty much I need to decide if I'm going to be in white or green here. Okay, what is this? 4 mana, 3/4 Toxic 2. You can give other creatures Toxic. Yeah, let's What is our glider? Yeah, I don't think our white is very strong. Let's move white to the sideboard for now. And maybe some type of black-green. It's where we're... Oh, Dark Slick Shores. I almost want to take this just for my collection. Because I don't think this is Phantom. I think you do get to keep these. And I was thinking about picking up some Dark Slick Shores. But, you know, for the video, I am going to go ahead and just try to do what I can to win. Okay, here's a decent black removal spell. We have a lot of removal, though. I think we're going to need some fighting power. And getting some early Toxic on the ground just seems like what this deck wants to do. You know, we have a decent amount of Proliferate, and it would be nice to get some early Toxic. Exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. Oh, wow, that's pretty strong. Yeah. I don't know that I need desperately another removal spell. This 4/4 for 5 just does not seem very strong. Even if it has 2 Proliferate triggers. Bladed Ambassador. I don't know, this has been a weird draft. I feel like the signals aren't being very clear. Because a lot of the things that are still open, like white, there are some white cards coming in, but they're not powerful enough to really make me want to change what I'm looking at doing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try this Skitterling. It doesn't look all that strong, but it might just be what we need here. So looking at everything else that we have currently in this pack, I don't see a whole lot that's going to go with our strategy. Let's pick up this land here just for the extra value. So we've got a lot of Toxic creatures and a little bit of Proliferate. And a lot of Toxic 2, Toxic 1, some corrupted stuff. So we're definitely looking at causing Toxic effects. Wow, there's just nothing here for us. That is unfortunate. Maybe we were supposed to be white, but really the signals just did not seem very... Oh, and I forgot to select again. The signals did not seem very strong. We didn't miss out on much. So this combat trick with Proliferate could be good. Put a creature from graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Proliferate? Yeah, just not all that exciting. Green has kind of dried up from this direction. So maybe I should have been black-white. But you live and you learn. We're still learning what's actually good in this format. So, you know, like you look at this pack, there's really nothing that I see here that's very strong. We're going to pick up this Cruel Grimnarch, but it's, you know, it's not something I'm exactly excited to have. Now, this draw Skull Bomb, sacrifice to draw a card, or return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, draw a card, activate only source. Okay. See, that's pretty good. Okay, this must be Phantom, because there's no way the Dark Slick Shores made it all the way around, right? That said, I'm still going to take it just in case. Yeah, nothing here that we can play. We're really into the dregs of the pack. Yeah, this is pretty bad, but technically playable. Okay, oh man. Yeah, Planeswalker, but way out of our colors. Vat of Rebirth, whenever another artifact or creature you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter on it, remove 4 oil counters, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, not bad, but I don't know how well we're going to be able to make that work consistently. Here's that decent removal spell again. What about green? Any of these things that I'm super excited about? Not really. Yeah, I think that I just want an extra poison counter. Yeah, I think the Vraska's Fall, getting that poison counter is just a little bit better at this point than the other removal spell that was in the pack. See, Toxic 3 for a 4-mana 4/4, and with the potential to proliferate. This is exactly what we're looking for. Let's take a quick look at our amount of 2-drops. We have some 2-drops here, so not too bad. We have some combat spells. We have 1 3-drop, 2 3-drops. 4-drop, 5-drop. Yeah, I think that getting this 4-drop here is going to work out for us. We're missing out on our 3-mana guy here with some Toxic 1. But this is just what our deck needs. Okay, we got some more removal. We got a 2-drop. Haste Toxic 3 for 5 mana. Not bad. See, these are the type of cards that I like to avoid. The ones that have... It's just a big body, but it doesn't really synergize with anything else we have going on. Right now, we're looking for Proliferate, Toxic counters, that sort of thing. Now, Corrupted benefits from all our poison counters. And so, this is kind of a payoff card, this removal spell. And honestly, more removal is just not a bad place to be. I would like to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more decent creatures as well, because we do have a lot of non-creature spells, I do believe. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Either this guy here. So 4 mana, 3/4 with Toxic 2. Not bad, but I'm looking at the Stinging Hive Master as a nice little 3-drop to throw in here. And I think this is a good spot for us to be. And okay, Duress is just really not good in limited most of the time. Death Touch, Toxic 1, 3 mana 1/3. It's not amazing, but it does get the job done. Yeah. Some white cards, decent white cards still in the pack, but that train's kind of left us now. We're a little too deep into the draft to be switching up. Okay, Chittering Skitterling. Say that 5 times fast. Another one of those. Toxic 1? Mr. Schneider. Really not excited about anything here. I'll take the Skitterling, but I'm not thrilled to do so. Okay, 4 mana, 4/1. Wow, that's bad. When it dies, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's just not very good. But, okay, 3 mana 2/2 isn't great, but it does say Proliferate, so it's at least synergetic, right? Okay, this benefits from toxic creatures. And if it is... Okay, it's Flash, 3 mana. You get 2/2 no matter what, but it gets hexproof if the creature has toxic. So, not bad. Happy to have it. There's another trick. Okay, here's the 2-drop. We need the 2-drop. We're a little light on early plays like that. So I'm just going to pick that up. I believe this is best of 1, so we don't benefit from having a sideboard. Which makes me say that Carnivorous Canopy isn't great, but I'm going to go ahead and grab it anyway, because there's really not a lot else. Okay, target creature gets +3/+3 against trample until the end of turn for this skull. I think I still just want the Copper Longlegs. That's kind of giving Copper Longlegs a hard time early in the draft, but it's kind of been one of the better early drops we've been able to find. And, you know, we're just going to have to live with that. Okay, here is our deck. Well, guys, let's give it a shot. Okay, here we go. We have our first opponent. We're going to see how this deck performs. Oh. This is not the best opening hand. We are on the draw. We do have a two mana plays. I think we can draw a forest. We have more forests in our deck than we do swamps. So I'm going to keep. It's a little bit risky, but it should turn out okay. Let's see, what is this that they've put out here? Okay, so this is going to be generating oil tokens like crazy. Oh, and they're going to be able to spam the board with lots of 1/1s, possibly. Okay, we'll play our tap land, see what they do for their first turn. Okay, really hoping that we can draw a land here. If not, you know, we do have a couple of, actually like 3 spells. Okay, perfect draw. Perfect draw. We have a lot of removal options. Probably just going to end up playing this 2-mana guy here. Get that poison counter going. Great to have. Okay, so he's got a 3-mana setup going. Black, red, white. That means we probably are going to see some removal here at some point. So I'll have to be really careful with this Maze's Mantle, because that could easily get me 2 1s. Okay, when it dies, create a 1/1. It's the 3/2 toxic 1. Well, some good news for me. I have my own. And I will probably be playing it this turn. I'll attack with the Siphoner just to get another poison counter, hopefully. Looks like he might have some kind of play. Oh no, it's waiting on me. Oh, how silly. Forgot I had instant speed actions that I could do. So let's see how synergistic his oil counter situation is. It's a little bit scary, but right now we have already gotten 2. We have already gotten 2 toxic counters, so not upset with that start. At some point when we get to 5 mana, we can drop this guy, hopefully, and kind of catch him by surprise. He might think he's safe at 7 poison counters, for example, and then suddenly, bam, there's the game. Excited to get to use this removal at some point. Almost at corrupted range. Oh, wow, okay. Double strike, toxic 1. That's a little scary. And when it attacks, gets plus X plus 0, where X is the number of permanents you control with oil counters on them. So he has 1 oil count, but create a second one. So, okay, this is going to be basically attacking as a 4/3. A little bit scary, but we do have this blocker here. He doesn't have any flyers, so I'm a little scared to try to use Maze's Mantle defensively, given the colors that we're talking about. So what play do I make? I feel like I just keep removal up, and we swing in with the Siphoner, and we get our Corrupted turned on. You Yeah, we've got 6 cards in hand. We have a lot of things that we can manage. So this guy's converted mana cost 3. So yeah, Anoint with Affliction. Oh, it doesn't matter now. I have Corrupted, so this Anoint with Affliction can manage to take out anything now. Trample, and it gets plus X. I think we're probably blocking with the Stinging Hive Master. It's probably just the safe bet. And maybe he just doesn't feel safe attacking into open mana. If so, I do understand. This is a trade that I'm fine with. Also, minor thing, he doesn't know if I have an instant speed spell or not, because even though he sees that I have something, he could just think that that's the trigger for Copper Longlegs, which means that's a nice little way to hide it, because I'm too lazy to deal with the past turn feature. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this little 1/1 here can't block, so defensively it's not going to be doing a whole lot for us. But our Copper Longlegs is doing a really good job of keeping back the Duelist. Man, that's awesome art, though. Draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, and we get a poison counter. Unfortunate. I really could use one of those cards right about now, because I really would like to draw. Here we go. Next land is the Great Start. Here's the thing, how aggressive did we get? I think we just hold up our instant speed stuff and just keep pinging away for 1. And we hold back our 1/1 even though he can't block. And we just end here. There's adding oil counters to these guys, but right now I don't know that that does much for him, unless he has some other cards in his hand or deck that kind of benefit from that. I still can't get over that art. I love the Phyrexian style. It's just so it's just metal. So I'm going to block. Well, no, I can't because he has 3 power, doesn't he? Yeah. Well, I can, and I can go for the -1/-1, and actually take him out here, and that gives me a list rate too. Let's go for it. And let's hit him with this. So this will be a 1-for-1 for me. Confirm the permanents and/or players to gain an additional counter. So we want him to get an additional counter. We don't want him to give him extra oil counters, so we'll just submit that. Speed up the poison clock. Now he does end up with another 1/1, similar to what I have here. That's just okay. Protection from multicolored. Beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you discard a card. When you discard a card, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. With all that, yeah, let's go ahead and just get that out of here. I think to use our mana efficiently, I am just going to go ahead and use up our exile. And see, this works out pretty well because now we can drop the big boss. And we're gonna go out for... We're gonna go for an all-out attack here. Now, he basically can't allow me to get the Toxic 3 hit off. If he gets that, he's gonna be at 8. And then he's like 1 proliferate and 1 flying hit away. So I think I'm gonna also attack with our 1/1. because that helps disincentivize him from blocking. And now, if I untap, he loses because I get to proliferate. Assuming he doesn't deal with the copper long legs. And then also, yeah, I mean, there's basically nothing he can do unless he kills me this turn from 18, which isn't going to happen. Yeah, okay. So I think we might be winning our first game of the draft, which is pretty exciting. Oh, he's got this gold rare. Fun times. See, this is why it's important to draft cards with synergy, because I'm getting to use all of my proliferate and all of my toxic things together. And, you know, cards like Drown and Icor are just that much more valuable because now, not only is it a removal spell, but it also helps me win the game and close it out. So it protects you early and helps you close late. And -4/-4 is just never... It's never not going to be relevant. So while we wait for this to go, let's just... Yeah, there we go. That's the game. All right, there's one win. As you can see, I haven't played in a while. So there's one win, and we'll go on to the next one. All right, so good news and bad news. Actually, bad news and bad news. I played another game with the deck, and I did lose. And also, it didn't record properly. So at least you don't have to see that loss. Let's go for game 3. More or less, in that game, I was against white-blue and just couldn't get rolling, fell too far behind, and they just slowly dwindled me away with flyers. Okay, let's see about this game, though. Okay, this is alright. I wish I had a toxic creature to start with. That was my problem last game. I couldn't get Corrupted enabled, and that ended up really hurting me. We're gonna pass turn here. I could sacrifice the Skull Bomb, or I could wait and try to get a little bit more value out of it. I think waiting for now is gonna be fine. Yeah, we're just gonna snipe this off immediately before they start getting toxic rolling. Alright, 1/3 Death Touch Toxic 1. Let's see if you can block it. Let's see. +2/+2 until the end of turn. Or proliferate. I think I'm gonna try to proliferate. So you really can't block me here. Alright, take that counter. Unless that's a type of combat trick, I'm guessing. Proliferate. Let's increase that counter. We are almost too corrupted. Get hype. So he has Death Touch, which means I really can't block. I'm just gonna have to let that first poison counter hit me. That's okay, because I got 2 poison counters on him. If he plays something I feel like I need to deal with, I may sack the Skull Bomb, but I would really prefer not to. Okay, this is fine. You play these all day. No problem with that at all. Never been a big fan of these cards, unless you're trying to play 3 or more colors, which he might be. Okay, here we go. I am perfectly happy to use this. I should have used my Death Touch creature, though. That's a mistake, because now... Okay, it wouldn't have mattered. That's fine. It's a shame he's exiling, because now I can't return this card to my hand, but... you know, that's alright. We went 1 for 1. Well, no, actually, we went 2 for 1. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, now I'm down a card. And we're in the Toxic War. But I feel like here... I want to get Corrupted. And he's not going to be able to get Corrupted on me unless he... has a significant change. Okay. So you can play these all day. I'm perfectly fine with that. So now he's ahead of me in the number of toxics he can do per turn. That almost makes me want to take out one of them. This is a tough choice. But I really feel like we should hold this for a bigger threat. That said, do I want to sacrifice the Skull Bomb? I feel like I don't want to fall behind here. And if I try to wait to get maximum value, that could turn out a little bit poorly. So I could go Copper Longlegs and Anoint with Affliction. Or I could go Toxic 3. Let's go. Alright, let's get him up to Toxic 7, hopefully. Alright, see, that's great. Now Proliferate is starting to become a real threat for him. Because, you know, I'm 3 Proliferates away from winning here, or 1 hit from the 4/4. So instead of double blocking, is he trying to chump block? Because he cannot let the 4/4 through. Or looks like there might be something else coming out here. Alright, sacrificing for the flying 1/1. That makes sense. But you didn't play it, so what do you have going on? I think there's another Anoint with Affliction. If so, how do I feel about that? Should I go ahead and try to snipe off the rat anyway? I think I should. Because now he won't get a he won't get the Proliferate off. He banked on chumping, and I don't understand why he didn't play his other creature. He might have ended up living, but still behind. Either way, another win. I'll take it. All right, y'all, coming into round 3. Oh, that's a nice avatar. Kind of want that. I have no idea what card that's for, if any, but I think it was pretty sweet. So, don't have any black mana, but I really like being able to start with the Stalker. This might be greedy. I'm going to keep 7. I hate to go down to 6. Really wish I had a swamp, but can't always have what we want. Not a swamp, but it is a castable card, which could help me get in next turn. Let's make this a 4/3. So another white deck. They also might be struggling here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and knock this out of the sky. I had a bad experience in my second game with those things. My opponent got 2 of these going at once when I got corrupted, and it was just basically game over at that point. Okay, white-green. So that's probably going to be pretty aggressive and full of toxic nonsense. Okay. Interesting. If we had a green mana, we would be, or a black mana, I'd feel a whole lot better. But we do not. I feel like I need to just attack in anyway. Give him the choice of what he takes out, because on his turn, this is going to have first strike, so I'm not going to be able to deal with it anyway. And okay, so that's his potential ramp out of the way. And we have an answer to stopping his toxic onslaught with his duelist. Great art, by the way. Wait, is that a 1/1 counter or just +1/+1? Okay, that's fine. I'll take the 1 hit. I can live with that. Oh, come on. Oh, please. Alright, no attacks. Sacrifice target creature you control gets +3/+3 and gains trample. Oh, okay. Only activate as a sorcery. I was a little scared for a second. That was going to be nearly impossible to deal with at any time. So, if he attacks, I have to assume he has a trick. That said, I don't know that there are really any tricks you can have that really blow me out if I go for the double block. I don't think you should do this. I think you should single block and just take your lumps. Alright. So, +1/+1. That's fine. Kind of knew this was going to happen. See, if I had the Whisper of the Dross, then I could make this a trade and be happy. Man, these things are going to ruin my day. Here we go. It's about time. Now, what do I start with? Let's try to use our mana efficiently. And we'll just start with the 4 mana play. Yeah, this toxic 1/3/3 hitting me every turn with flying is going to be annoying until I can draw a decent removal spell. Massive clicking. Let's see if I can keep them off of Corrupted. You know, if I can, great, but I don't know that it'll be up to me. I know pretty soon I can get myself to Corrupted. Okay, here we go. This is a little scary. Just open mana here. But I think I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I don't understand. They could have done creature gets +3/+3 trample, so he has some type of trick. But the thing is, I don't know how to avoid playing into it. I can't use this on the Copper Longlegs, it's not strong enough, so. And if I could, I would use it on the Copper Longlegs, and then if he tried to kill the spider, I could sacrifice it and at least get some value out of it. But unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be an option. Now let's see if this is going to be sufficient here. Oh, do you have another trick? Let's see. I do have the Whisper of the Dross, so if it gets too awful, that is an option. Okay, great. Let's go to combat. We're just gonna swing in with the 3/3. Keep the Copper Longlegs back on defense. Make him use the Skull Bomb if he wants to get through the Longlegs. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, if this were a 2/2, I'd consider double blocking here. I don't know if it would be best, but at least it would be an option. So I feel like I'd want to save that for when I can use the Whisper. Alright. Let's go for 2 attacks here. Yeah, if you don't go for the block, I don't know what else he would be doing here. Part of me just wants to snap off this Whisper. You know, it's pretty mana efficient. I feel like I can't get. Well, if he has a combat trick that keeps this alive and still kills my creature, that would be pretty painful. But yeah, maybe this wasn't the right play, but you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. Interesting that. Okay. I guess you don't need to give it +X/+X. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It means my spell fizzles too, so I don't even get to proliferate. That is awful. Yeah, not the best play by me. I was afraid of something like that, but this is the problem with not knowing all the cards in the format. I guess I could have assumed that there was something with that gave hexproof, but I was more so expecting like the +2/+2 enchantment, which I guess that also gives hexproof for toxic creatures. So that's all on me. Pretty big mistake, but you know, if I can get a couple of more poison counters, you know, we've got at least one more proliferate on board. So the clock is ticking, and let's just see what they can bring out. Okay, yeah, 3/1. I can take care of that with the Longlegs. Okay, let's sacrifice our land here. See if we can draw a play. Yeah, nope, just more lands. Love it. I think we chill for now, because I don't want to trade my 2/4 for either one of these creatures. So I don't want to give him the option of double blocking. Okay, exile. Target non-land permanent. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I do have blocking options. I think it's better for me to just go ahead and block this. Get some value out of my copper long legs beyond the potential proliferate. Yeah, I mean, would I prefer to wait? Sure. But kind of just want to get this done. Yeah, I feel like they would potentially be better off just letting this pass. I think it's pretty obvious that I have a trick there. But yeah, maybe he just wanted me to use the trick on the useless 1/1, but you know, now I do have a 3/3 with Toxic, even if it can't block. Ooh, that's that's scary. I don't like that at all. Okay, and he's got a chumper. Okay, this is good though. This is good. Yeah, this makes me not feel horrible about this. Sure. Both in top deck mode, I've got an answer for his atrocity, which means I am technically winning this race unless they have another hexproof right here. And if they do, I'm really in a bad spot. Okay. This is good. Oh no, this is bad. Double strike flying. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna lose to that. Yeah, I'm gonna take 8 next turn, which means I have 1 turn to draw an out. Ow. Yeah, that card is pretty wild. Let's see if I can draw into a removal spell. That's about the only chance I have. What does my opponent have? So we'll we'll sacrifice this. I mean, it's a chump blocker. It's not nothing. Yeah, this is a really, really tough spot. Let's see. What removal spells have I used? I've used 1 Anoint, so I have another Anoint left in my deck. I also have at least a couple of the -4, -4. Let's go to blockers. We're gonna block. So now no damage is going to go through, but I'm gonna sacrifice my blocker to get that draw card. Okay, that's a good start. Decent start anyway. But it's not gonna stop the flyer. That's the problem. Ah, now they have a tapper. I think that's probably it. Let's sacrifice to try to draw something. Yeah, that's it. Very unfortunate here. That last flyer just really did us in. Really back and forth game, though. I mean, it was certainly a good one. Maybe if I didn't allow myself to get blown out by that combat trick, we would have been okay. But you know, you win some, you lose some, right? It's alright. We still have another chance. Go on to the next game. Okay, next game coming in. Really, really want to win this game because that's the difference of like 750 gems for me. And this looks like a pretty decent hand. Doesn't have the earliest toxic creature. Like if we could draw the 3-1 off the top, no such luck. Yeah, if we could draw that, I would have been in a pretty good spot, but now I don't feel so good. We do have a lot of removal. Kind of waiting in the wings. And now we have a 3 and a 4 drop, so we are going to get to play this game. White-red, that's probably going to be aggressive artifacts and maybe some oil counters and such. Might be nice not to get into a toxic race. Ooh, can I draw my -1/-1 off the top? Perhaps. Alright, I guess they're gonna let my poison go through. Getting the first poison is always a big deal because now all of my proliferate nonsense has value. Alright, they're removing both of their oil counters. And they've discarded land and thrill of possibility. Okay. At some point, this thing is going to need to die. But, you know, we'll figure that out in time. What do I want to do here? What is my opponent's goal? They can't stop my Toxic 2. Can they stop my Toxic 1? See, they block here. I kill it. And my creature possibly dies if I don't do something. Do I care about that? I'm not convinced that I especially care. But I think it'll be better to just snap off the Affliction on the Flamestoker, maybe. But, minutes. Okay, so good news. My opponent played this a little bit incorrectly. Wish I could see what the dang card is. Because now they just get completely blown out. They get hit with the 2-for-1. And they don't even get to exile the top card of their library or do anything. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. Alright. So now my 2-4 is pretty much dead in the water, but that's alright. At some point, my opponent's going to get to draw 4 cards, possibly. So right now, that costs 7 minus 2, so 5. They could do that next turn. Do I want to prevent that? I kind of want to try. What does my opponent have in hand? You know, right now they're discarding up to 2 to draw 4. And I feel like if they take the time to do all that, they're just going to fall so far behind. You know? Let's get in there with the Death Touch creature. Probably going to end up trading, but that's okay. Oh wait, no, he's a 1/3. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. So that's just a free poison counter. And we're going to get off our Proliferate with our Brutalizer. Yep. Auto pay. Sub net 1. They're at 6. Basically 7 with an extra Proliferate on board. Basically 8 with the Proliferate I have in hand. Okay. You have exiled my creature. But I am not going to let you draw 4 cards. That just can't happen. And yeah, my opponent concedes. Alright, great. I feel much better about this draft now. I think we're actually even on games won and lost, so. Actually, no, we're ahead. We're 3-2, so yeah, let's see about the next game. Alright, this is game 6, I believe. Game 5 that I've actually recorded since I missed one. So, we're 3-2. Our hand looks pretty decent. Although, I wish we had an early toxic creature again. Even the 1/1 flyer would be fine. But what can you do? It's just unfortunate for the curve. Going against the green deck. Oh, no second color. That's a good start. Yeah, I don't care too much about that. Let's get the Hive Master out here. That should go through the long legs pretty nicely. So I have a couple of options. I could just trade with the Basilisk. Or, hear me out, I could Whisper of the Dross. Or I could Anoint. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see what my opponent does. Okay, I kind of want to get rid of their toxic creature. Even if I do lose a Proliferate. Just make it to where their creature is going to deal 0 damage, and thus I do not take Death Touch trigger. But I would like to save this Sports Thing. Like, I'm not in a hurry to get this 2/2 down, and I could just use it for Proliferate. So we're just going to hold up some removal. And I think we're going to snap it off here, basically regardless of what they play. Yeah, so this is perfect. Take care of the second Basilisk. It might be mono green, actually, which is pretty wild. Yeah, so I feel much better about this. Yeah, we'll just attack in. Get off the Proliferate. Maybe I'm valuing the Proliferate a little highly, but getting that corrupted is just really, really nice, if we can. And now we're just one off of that. Now, I expect we might see some big creatures coming out at some point. So that's a little scary, but... Wow, you are mono copper long legs. But that's alright, man. Why, you ask? Because we have Maze of Mantle. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, so that definitely hurts their board state. And now we have removal up for if they... Say they drop the 5 mana 4/4 haste. Here, now we can take it out with... well, I guess we can't take it out with Affliction because we don't have our stuff yet. But, you know. So it's a little... Huh. How do I do this? So, if I go for the Predation, I'm probably not going to be able to attack this turn with the Hide Master, but I think that's probably fine. I'm a little sad about it, but... I think that's the best play. Makes this a 6/6. Target a creature I control. Target a creature they control. Fight. Now, they have a trick here on post, but... I'm not going to attack, so... Just gonna go ahead and play this before combat. Now, next turn, if I have to, I can sacrifice the long legs, proliferate, and then I can anoint anything. Which might end up being the play. Wait, what did that do? Oh, create a 3/3 with Toxic 1. Okay. That's fine. Oh, whoa. You're wild. I'm just not gonna block. I don't care about 2 damage. I want to see what combat trick nonsense that you are planning to play. Because this gives me my Corrupted, and it's a race that I win. Alright, we have Corrupted now. Feeling much better that I can just snap off anything they can play. I can double block the beast, so got that going for me. And that's probably going to be my play. If they go for the combat trick, you know, we can blow them out with Anoint. I'd prefer to save the Anoint, because if they drop just an Unga Bunga creature here at some point, like say a 7 drop 7/7 nonsense, you know, that's going to be hard to deal with. So I'm fine to just take this trade as is. Yeah, see, this is totally fine. We're still well ahead on board. We can deal with anything that they might drop down. Now we can deal pretty much double with anything that they drop down. And we're just gonna say, take 5 and move on. Okay, Predation Steward enters with 2 oil counters. Target creature gets +2/+2. Only as a sorcery, though. That is perfectly fine. they can try to triple block. If they do, they may get blown out if I want to snap off the Anoint. And I think here, that's so enticing that I am going to try it. My opponent's getting low enough. And they may also just chump block. Okay, no, they're going for the triple. They didn't have a combat trick before. Let's see if they have it now. Should have ordered that differently, actually. So small mistake. I should have had his 2/2 in there. You know, first or second. That way, if somehow they ended up saving their 2/2, I would have still killed 2 creatures. So, definitely a mistake on my part. That's the most important thing to learning how to be a better Magic player, is to realize when you are making mistakes. Even if it worked out okay for you at the time, you know, it's still a mistake, and you need to point it out, think to yourself, okay, we'll get it next time. Wow, that was a bold play. I guess they're wanting that flashback really, really badly, but I think that this is just them losing here. There's nothing they can really do to stop everything. You chump one thing, you're still gonna take 6. I guess technically they survive, but at what cost? Because now they're under threat of both life and toxic. Yeah, you've got 1 3/3. Can you drop 2 more creatures? I guess you can fight. But you still die here, I do believe. So that was a pretty good game. I don't think mono green is typically going to be the correct way to draft your deck, but my opponent apparently disagreed, and I'm afraid that they were punished for it. All right, good stuff. Okay, so update. We are 4-2, which means that we've pretty much gained back what we spent almost on the draft. So I'm decently happy if I make it to 4 wins on these, and I'm pretty pleased if I make it to 5, because I believe if you make it to 5, you're pretty well profiting. So, you know, this has been a pretty successful draft so far. You know, we're 4-2. However this goes, we're going to end with a positive record. So I'm not going to really complain while we look for our next game. Okay. Oh, wow. They have basically Thanos as their avatar there. It's pretty dope. Okay. Early Toxic. Not in the hand. But that's okay. We've got removal. We've got creatures. Now we have removal. Yeah, both are colors, so not bad. Alright, they are red-green. So they're probably going to be a little bit aggressive and probably an oil counter stack, which, you know, that shows with the Predation Steward here. Are you going to proliferate or give +2/+2? Yeah, +2/+2, that's probably the correct move. I feel like I need, before I start snapping off removal spells, I just need to get on the board. So I'm going to drop down the Chittering Skitterling and pass. Now, unless they have a combat trick, you know, we can double block basically anything. Here's the thing, if they attack with one of their 2/2s, I feel like I do double block because it forces them to have it. And, you know, I'm really doubtful they're going to get +5/+5 to be able to take out both of my creatures. Now, if they have the +2/+2 enchantment, that's a little annoying because that one sticks around. Yeah. But, you know, my philosophy typically is to make the opponent have it. Oh yeah, they are pretty aggressive here. But I can snap off with the -4/-4. And I'm afraid if I don't, I might fall behind. Because if I don't, I'm gonna take another hit from the 4/4, go down to 10. When it deals combat damage to the player, you may sacrifice or proliferate. That's fine. These are fine. It's this 4/4. Maybe I do take another hit from the 4/4 and just get down my head cleaver. Because then, after that's down, I can start rattling off 2 removal spells a turn. And I think that's okay. I think I can take one more hit. And I've got blockers for the rest of his creatures. Sometimes you got to think about your long-term strategy, and I feel like long-term, even if I get brought down to like 10 or 8 or whatever, that's okay. See, he's got this 4/4, and now I can just double snap off the Drown and Icors. So definitely take out this one. It's a shame that I'm not getting proliferate value, but you know, that's just how it has to be. And we'll attack with the head cleaver since they don't really have a good way to block it. And we'll get our first bit of poison going. And now we still have another removal spell as well as a combat trick, so I feel okay with where we are. Yeah, I'm not going to just let you do this without showing me a combat trick. Yeah. I mean, as I've said before, I believe in making them show it to me. Okay. I think we hold on to the predation for just a moment. But I think we do go for the attack in here. Now, if they get one more turn like that where they, you know, get through me with a combat trick, for example, then I need to be a little bit concerned. So now they're getting pretty wide. He's going to hit me with the 3/3 here. I think I need to stop the 2/2 just to lower the damage. Yeah, because we're getting pretty close to dead. What are they proliferating? I don't understand that. I think that was maybe a misclick on my opponent's part. Unless he just really wanted to get that damage in. Oh wait, no, I see. Sorry, I didn't realize they could deal it to any creature. That makes more sense now. I hate to leave this toxic creature back just for the 1/1, but I almost feel like I have to. Here's the thing, do I snap off this 3/3? Because if I don't, then I have to block it, and then I'm just taking hits from the 1/1. That's tough. That's really tough. I'm afraid of what they might play next turn, so I'm just gonna pass, I think. Because go for the Maze's Mantle play. Leave up the fight next turn for if they play something here. Yeah, I get it. My go. The thing is, I get blown out by the 4/4 haste creature, so. But I think I get pretty much blown out by that anyway. I don't know. Maybe I should have, kind of looking back on it now, like maybe I should have just snapped off the Chimney Rabble with the Mace's Mantle as backup. Yeah, that was probably the correct play, and now it is what it is. And now before damage, I'm gonna drop down the Mantle. They might have something to kill the Head Cleaver. I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't know, maybe I needed to wait just a little bit to do that. Would have been technically correct, but just wanted to get that out there. So I'm gonna attack with just the Atrocity. What is the, oh no, it's the 4/4 make a 6/6 thing. Well, that's a great draw. But man, that equipment is gonna be annoying. Because they will probably next turn have enough mana to... Can I just win here? I think I can just win here. Yeah, because if I exile and fight, I just swing in for game. Because we end up with the 10 poison counters. Alright. That was a really close one. I was not convinced that I was going to win that one, but, you know, we take the wins we can get, and on to the next game. Alright, we're really coming down to the wire. We're at 5-2. Best score we can get now is, I think, 7-2. You play until you get 3 losses, so this might be the last game. We might have, you know, a couple more. Yeah, this is a fine start, I guess. It really stinks when you don't have the 2 mana toxic plays, which I guess this deck only has a couple of those, so I can't expect to happen especially often. But still, it would be really nice to have. Yeah, I'm not going to pop off the Drown and Icor just for this. Where were you before? Well, better late than never, I guess. Although, maybe I could have played just the Skitterling instead. And then I would have had a blocker, but... One thing I don't understand is why they're playing some of this stuff early. A little bit. But... Alright, now we don't have... Do I make this a 5-2? Or 5-3? No, because it can still just be blocked by the 3-3. Let's just play this Skitterling. No attacks. Really need to draw some lands. Oh no. What does the Planeswalker do? They're just gonna make 3/3 beasts every turn? Jesus. Okay, well. I'm gonna have to start getting in there, I reckon. I think I have to let them get one more beast. You know, maybe they'll get greedy and try to go +1, but... Oh my gosh, this is just an army of 3/3s right now. I don't know that I can defeat this. Oh yeah, proliferate with, oh my gosh. Proliferate with Planeswalkers. It's just brutal. And these things have toxic too, jeez. Is there anything I can do to break through this board this turn? No. Yeah, this is absolutely brutal. I mean, what do I even do here? I can fight something and then swing in, I guess. But if I do that, what would I fight? I can get this to a 3/5. Which means... Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. It's just which one do I fight? I think it's best, technically, to fight the 2/2. And it looks like they might have... Oh no, they could just be stalled with the Scamp activation. No, let's try to take out this Planeswalker. It's an absolute shame that I don't have a combat trick that could help me there. I think if I ever want to catch up, I'm gonna have to start just rattling off these removal spells, even though the value just feels horrible. I mean, that is a great card to have in your deck. Very jealous. Oh. Wow, that's brutal. Yep, you got it. You just make those 3/3s, bub. I have to block. I have to clear his board at some point. Yeah, this person's deck is just insane. Super powerful. I don't think there's any way for me to come back from this, because, you know, what am I going to do? Throw down a 2/2 for 3? Make them sacrifice something for 3 mana? Like, ugh. It's just really rough. I don't have anything to proliferate, so make this a 4/4. Yay. And this thing's gonna keep pinging me forever. Oh wow, they wow, okay, I guess that is probably correct if you have this going on. See here, I just take 12. I just take 12 and then I die next turn. Got it. Unfortunate. I mean, there's just no way to come back from that nonsense. Nice deck from my opponent. Oh wow. Yeah. I don't think I was ever winning that one, but it was a good game, and you know, not the most satisfying ending to the draft, but you know, we still ended up positive, 5-3. That's not bad, especially for first time drafting this format and not knowing a whole lot going into it. In summary, I think that if I wanted to go for the toxic plan, I needed a couple more early toxic creatures. The Copper Longlegs really didn't do a lot for me. And I think that's kind of my takeaway. I think that Adaptive Spore Singer also, unless you're in a especially aggressive deck like a red-green deck, I don't think this is the right choice if you're just trying to do toxic things, because too often that proliferate, like, you have to start with the 2-mana toxic play to actually get that proliferate off early. And playing this thing early and not trying to beat down is just really painful. Really, really painful. But yeah, it's a good draft, decent deck, and yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.